Hey, Rod here, thanks for joining me. It's Saturday the 4th of April. It's about 8:30. I'm just off on a short hike. I'm in Riyadh. I'll call this inner city hiking. We're on a curfew from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I have to make sure I'm back at home by 3, which I will make easily. We can't leave the limits of the city. There's checkpoints everywhere, so now I've got to find areas that I can get out. And this is such an area. I've been out here once, I think 2 years ago, just when I was trying out some new equipment. So, see what it's like. Since I've been here last, if you look way over there, they're building an overpass for the metro, walking. It's fairly windy today, but it's a nice day. Well, there's an easterly breeze, east being that way. I've only got like 18 pounds, 7.5 kilo on my back. So I'm pretty light. I got over 4 liters of water, but I don't think I'll need it today. It's not really that warm. I can't see it going up past 30 today. It's about 24 degrees right now. There's lots of indications around here of little picnic areas, campfires and stuff. There's a lot of garbage. One of the issues is all the garbage tends to collect in one spot, because when there's a big rain and a flood, you know, the water collects everything. But then again, that's not floodborne, that's just people left it behind. Need some furniture? This has seen better days. Good old Thermarest sitting pad. Quite a few flies around. I've got some well, that's like a fruit punch drink mix. I've got some chili, dehydrated chili with red rice that I dehydrated on the 26th of March. And dry, it weighs 111 grams. I'll let this sit for about half an hour. Maybe add just a touch more water. Red rice, which is in this chili, tends to be a bit crunchy anyway, so I'm not expecting it to really soften up. Well, let's give this a try. A little bit crunchy. Maybe I should have let it soak a little bit longer, but it still tastes good. This is the first time I've eaten one of my dehydrated meals in the outdoors. I'm just testing out various recipes that work. Chili is always an easy one. It is only 10 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't have any breakfast. This trip was a bit of a spur, well, it was a spur of the moment thing. I was sitting in the bathtub at 7. And I said to myself, let's get outside. I've been stuck indoors. I'm working from home. We have a 3 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew. We can't leave Riyadh. Limits of Riyadh. All the airports are closed, of course. And the compound that I live at, I don't live with any of my work colleagues. So I'm going a little bit stir crazy. My girlfriend of over 10 years, she can't come over. We're not allowed guests. Even though she works in the medical field and she's taken all the precautions and things. And she's only working half time. So she's spending her days off in her compound and I'm spending my whole week because I'm working from home in my compound. So this is actually really good. 111 grams. This is a good sized meal for me. I'm not a really big eater. This is 111 grams dried. So I'm sure it probably tripled that weight when I hydrated it. Now here in Saudi Arabia there's no real need to have dehydrated meals because there's no water sources. You have to carry the water with you, so carrying a dehydrated meal and carrying water is really no different than carrying a full hydrated meal and just heating it up. But this is just to get me used to, you know, when I'm in Canada and stuff. I'm supposed to be going to the Woodland Caribou Provincial Park on the Ontario border, close to Manitoba, very close to Winnipeg, near Red Lake, about 16-17 hours drive from Ottawa. I'm supposed to go on a 2-week solo trip by myself. Solo, by myself of course. Canoe trip. Here it is, April, May, June, July, August, so we're looking at 5 months, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. All depends what happens with this COVID-19 thing. You'd like to think everything would be settled in 5 months, but the problem is things may be settled in one country and not in another, and it's the flying thing. And you know, if you travel from to certain countries, once you land, you have to self-isolate for 2 weeks and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really know. A lot of the people I work with, they've had to cancel their Easter holidays, and they're looking at canceling their summer holidays right now. You know, if you're here with your family, once school is out, traditionally the wives, mothers, and children head back home for the summer. And pretty well all the expats that I work with are all Brits, so they're all going back to the UK. Oh, this is really good. Here we go. I just saw an airplane in the sky, which is a rarity these days. Usually you see them all the time. I'm pretty close to the airport, but must be mostly cargo planes right now. I think there's a few special flights being put on to repatriate people, but other than that, I think it's all cargo. Well, there's nests up there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was just a little hike with a lunch. Well, an early lunch. Inner city hiking, I'm going to call this. I'm going to have to find other spots where I can go a little bit further and there's a little less traffic around. Like, just take a look. That's the new metro that's being built right there. And that's a passenger overpass, I think they're just building. Anyway, everybody out there, be safe, take care. Until I see you again, have a good one.